This week's news is dominated by brewery expansions, brand new breweries. Of course, I've got all the news on new beers and the returning favorites, and picaroons and pump house vow to do good. Hey craft beer fans, I got lots of great news this week, so let's get started. First off, in PEI, there was a new brewery announced. Moncton Brewing is opening a 7-barrel brewing facility shorefront along the Conway Narrows in West Prince. To be more precise, it's off Route 174 Murray Road on a road nicknamed for the brewer's father, Moncton, or Mickey Allen Shore Road. The building is currently being renovated, and the brewing equipment will be landing around March. Hopefully we'll be enjoying new beer by next summer. PEI Brewing Company announced an exciting new initiative. They'll be brewing one-offs every 2 weeks, and select taps will be receiving the kegs. This, I believe, is as exciting for the fans of the brewery as it is for the brewers getting to try out some new recipes. Look for the biweekly offerings in Fredericton, St. John, Moncton, Halifax, and of course at the brewery. There'll likely be more locations, and I'll try to keep you up to date as I can as I get more information. Upstreet Craft Brewing says from now until October 31st, bring in a non-perishable food item and get a staff-priced beer. It's a great way to help out and get a break on the beer price. Acadie-Broue is being evicted from their current location. Fear not, it sounds like he's landing on his feet in a great new location. I'll update you when I get when the details are final. He also is experimenting with barrel-aged sours, and I got to try one of his blends last weekend, and it's very, very good. Big Axe Brewery released its Wrath of Putin Dipa again, weighing in at 100 IBUs and 7.5% ABV. Look for that one on tap wherever Big Axe is sold. Le Brasseur de Petit Saut has released a new beer and, of course, a bit of history. In the early 1800s, Simonette was one of the most important landowners in Petit Saut, which was Edmundston's original name. Simonette also operated a sawmill, a grain mill, and a hostel. Strong-willed and firmly entrenched on his land, he stood up to the American commissioners who, even before the borders were settled, claimed that the land was on American territory. The indomitable Simonette is, for Petit Saut anyway, the perfect emblem of Madawaska's entrepreneurs, determined, convinced, and badass. The new 7% ABV Simonette Ibert Belgian Double is now available at the boutique. Flying Boats Brewing is already expanding to a 2-barrel brew system at his space in Shediac. The new system should be brewing as early as next week. Picaroon's Traditional Ales is introducing Magnum PEI for all you SCTV fans, an amber ale made with a very generous amount of fresh Magnum hops from my father's farm, not mine, that's the actual name, on PEI. It's now on tap at the boutique in downtown Fredericton and will be on tap at select locations throughout the Maritimes. This is a very limited 5.5% ABV beer. Ginger Design has teamed up with Picaroons to craft a delicious ginger ale. For each growler of their community brew that's sold at the boutique in Queen Street, Picaroons and Ginger Design will each donate $1 to the community foundation. And lastly, for Picaroons, the Harvest Ale Reception is a 3-course dinner with beer pairings at Lion and Bright here in Halifax. The night will start with a Harvest Ale Reception with Picaroon's Tony Goss hosting to celebrate the return of Picaroon's long-awaited Harvest Ale, made entirely from maritime grown hops. He'll be joined for dinner and will tell stories of all the beers as you eat. It's a $50 plus tax plus gratuity, and there's only 45 tickets available. Pump House Brewery has released its SPCA IPA. This hoppy IPA is in support of the SPCA and their incredible efforts to provide care for sick, injured, homeless, lost, and unwanted animals while aiming to prevent and suppress animal cruelty. A portion of the proceeds from the sales of the craft beer will be donated to the Greater Moncton SPCA, and as they say, please drink and adopt responsibly. Railcar Brewing is launching Trout Pout Pale Ale by guest brewer Al Bannister. He will soon be launching River Valley Micro, New Brunswick's newest nano brewery. They will be also launching their own Chamog Stout. this week as well. Big news for Trailway Brewing. They've been busily making 15,000 liters of beer over the last 10 months and have been very happy with the public's response to the beer. Saying that, they're moving to a new brew house on the north side with a 10-barrel steam-fired brewing system fabricated by DME Brewing Systems, which will include a canning line. I'm very happy for the success and I look forward to watching their progress. Big Spruce Brewing released Gimme Nelson this week, their second in a series of single hop collaborations with Bar Stillwell. The Nelson Sauvin hop is noted for its fruity flavor and aroma. This should be an interesting ale. Look for the 5.7% 34 IBU beer at the brewery and at Stillwell. Big Spruce will also launch this year's Smokin' Jacket at noon today. Well, it launched it at noon today during a full day of music and a pig roast. Last year they posted a teaser showing 45 pounds of Cape Breton grown ginger from Locomotive Farms, saying they have a new beer in the works. Boxing Rock Brewing's U889 fans will be happy to know that this year's edition was brewed last week. Look for this delicious seasonal in late November. Also, to help better meet the demand for the beer, they're working on a 1,000 square foot expansion at their Shelburne plant. They're also having a harvest party tomorrow if you're in the Shelburne area. Free tour, a Science of Beer demo, and lots more. Check their Facebook for all the details. Garrison Brewing released that they're not brewing the Klingon Warnog Roggen Dunkel this year for Halcon. Instead, they're making a Vulcan Ale Genesis Effect Red Session Ale. Look for this 5.4% ABV beer in the coming weeks. Tadamagouche Brewing released a beer I got to see them make a few weeks ago. Gin Sink Rye is their new 5.5% ABV seasonal that is now available. They say it's a zesty, unique rye ale. This beer has 6 kilograms of organic ginger added to the kettle and hop back, along with Willamette and Cascade hops and sweet orange peel. This brew has an additional 1 kilogram of ginger dry hopped, creating a strong ginger note complemented by spicy rye. A fresh take on the rye and ginger. Available in growlers, and cans are coming soon. They also shipped off their first shipment of North Shore Lagered Ale in cans to the NSLC. Look for this throughout the province very soon. Finally, they have currently a very limited release of all 4 versions of their Giant series. The series consists of Two Rivers Baltic Porter, Rum Barrel Aged Dreadnought, Giantess Barley Wine, and Russian Imperial Stout. And lastly, but definitely not least, Unfiltered Brewing released another one-off today. It's called All Fault Up Dippa, and it's a smash of 2-row base malt and Falconer's Flight hops. It's 7.5% ABV, 100 plus IBUs, and as Nash says, get on it. Man, that's a lot of great craft news. Get out and enjoy our great beer while you can. And as always, enjoy responsibly.